Hello everybody, it's True Detective here and I have a book review for you, SANDWORM. And this book I think should be titled, instead of The New Era for Cyber War and the Hunt for Kremlin's Most Dangerous Hackers, I think it should be instead titled All the Reasons Why You Shouldn't Use the Windows Operating System. It's about hacking and government-sponsored cyber attacks and how that has been affecting the electric networks, I mean the grid of Ukraine, and also some services in Estonia. He goes over this writer that is actually a writer for Wired. He goes over these cyber threats and these attacks and the harmful programs and how they were actually spread and how these computers got infected. So all of this applies to Windows operating systems, and the security flaws were in the office suite for Windows. So these viruses, they spread using Word files and also PowerPoint presentations. Can you believe it? So these files can be malicious. And I have hampered many times on Windows that it's not great. And this book really underlines how kind of bad it is that Windows is so widely used, even in places where it shouldn't probably be used. And a lot of data and a lot of damage was done by these hackers, and he went to Russia to find out who was this actually. But I kind of feel that this might also be American kind of propaganda. I don't know if this is actually the truth about it. But it still was an interesting read, but it's not such a technical book. You would be able to understand what is going on in this book even if you are not very tech savvy. I don't know much about programming. I went through the basic 3-year computer education here in Finlandia, and there we really didn't even touch upon cybersecurity. I'm interested in cybersecurity though, and I'm interested in the integrity of your data and all the data out there. I really don't want to see any hacking being done in the world. I feel that it's a stupid way to fuck with other people. And no one should do it. But there's people who are doing it, so we need cybersecurity. We need computer operating systems and computer systems in general to be more safe in this sense. But we have to remember that cybersecurity is about more than just the security of your computer systems or any computer system out there. It's more than about just data. Cybersecurity is preferably about your security. It's about you. It's not only about what is going on in the internet. It's about you and your security. So that's what I'm kind of bringing to the table over here. Looking at the design of it. What's a most secure, unbreakable system if it's going to cause problems in your life, problems to your health? What's a system like that? What's the point of it? And here he goes into just that. These hackers disrupting with the automation systems that are attached to the internet nowadays. disrupting those systems and causing blackouts and data loss and all kinds of stuff like this, even in the hospitals. And what I realized from that is that kind of, holy shit, a lot of these systems for some weird reason are computer controlled. And there was the example of the Stuxnet. That's a very sophisticated type of project that they had in Iran, enriching of uranium. But when we deal with hospitals and this sort of stuff, with electrical grids, with manufacturing plants, he even talked about a ski center that got hacked and its lifts to the ski center. Its fucking lifts got disrupted. You know, that's pretty amazing stuff. So a lot of this stuff is computer controlled, and it can be controlled through the internet. I remember one story, I think it was from DEF CON. And they had, figured out a way that there's a, automated controlled bridge. Those that cross over some small river or something like that. And they had been able to hack into the controls of that bridge. So in theory, they could have just, lifted it up or put it down through the internet. That sort of stuff. These systems are not always very securely implemented. And over here, there was some accounting server stuff that had been breached. And that was running on Windows 2000 in the year of 2017. So, yeah, the world of technology is so complex. There's so many systems, so many servers, so many end devices. And this book in the later part goes into the Olympic Games and how there was also a cyber attack to the Olympic Games, and how those Olympic Games, how their systems got disrupted. The Wi-Fi didn't work and the servers went down, and the gates to let in the personnel to the stadiums and that sort of stuff, they didn't work. Was this really about hacking, or is there this kind of a conspiracy also going on that if something goes wrong, they blame it on a cyber attack? There is probably a plausibility that has been going on too. So it's not only about cyber attacks, it's also that these systems are flawed in general. But in the Olympic Games, they managed to save that. And here he also goes into the life of these cybersecurity firms like Kaspersky, and also the people that work for cybersecurity in these companies, and the hecticness of their life when an attack like this happens. The reverse engineering of malware programs here, this is a very true look at the problem of cybersecurity. And I would highly recommend it that you read it. But it should be titled All the Reasons Why You Shouldn't Use the Windows Operating System Right Here, right now. And as a last note, it's also about the NSA, the National Security Agency in America. And I talked about in Linux how in distributions like Fedora and Red Hat, there's that program layer called Cell Linux and how it's developed by NSA. Over here he goes into the different projects in NSA and how they can figure out also where these cyber attacks might be coming, and how their operations, if it wasn't the CIA or the NSA, would be deemed illegal by the law. And if you have heard or read the Edward Snowden audio book, then you can understand that there's a lot of stuff being done there too to protect people from this, but also to gain control over the whole globe and gather information about your every move of every moving thing out there, even if it's not moving. That's Sandworm. Thanks for watching this book review. True Detective out.